2000 Dodge Grand Caravan here, and I'm having an issue with my heat. So it's currently about 20 below out. I'm up in Alaska here, and when I turn my heat all the way up, or if I turn it to cold, it's always blowing out the same lukewarm air out of the heat, so it's not warming up the car. So what I'm going to do is, down on the passenger side, there's a blend door actuator. I'm going to show you where that is. I'm going to come down here, and right here you can see it right there, and there's 3 bolts you're going to have to take off, and those are 8 millimeters. Probably get away with a 5/16 as well, so we're going to take those 3 off. So now what I did while I was undoing that is I put one of these bolts back in, just loosely, just to stabilize it while I got that back one out, just so I didn't break. This was dangling down. I didn't want to break anything while I was removing that back one, just in case this isn't bad and I need to put it back in. So I'm just going to pull this one out by hand. What you're going to do is you're going to flip this down, and you can see there's this little like square piece. And now what we're going to do is we got to take this wiring off, and you can see right here where this nuts or this bolt is hitting. There's a little square piece right here. We're going to push that down and then push it forward, and that's going to release the tab. And there's a tab. You can see that little white piece right here down where my thumbnail is. So we're going to push in, and then we'll pull that up. So what I did is I used actually a little screwdriver to push that forward and get that tab up, and now it's released. You should be able to do it if you have 2 hands, just by pushing it forward and pulling up. See, this is supposed to be held by some gears, and it's just spinning freely. It also slides in and out, so I know that the gears in there at least are damaged, and I'm not sure about the motor. Next, what I've done is I've hooked a couple wire leads up, and I'm going to hook those up to a 9-volt battery. If you don't know where to get a 9-volt battery, you can always get one from your smoke detector, and I'll just put the ends to the battery. Now that I've hooked this up, you can see it's spinning, but if I put a little pressure on it, it stops. So the plastic, the gears that are in there, the one that's connected to it is stripped. So I'm going to show you how to fix that. So now you can see I have this powered up. It's spinning, but there's one issue. As it comes around to my thumb here, you're going to see it's supposed to, there's a plastic gear in there, and it's supposed to have some tension in it, and you can see there isn't. So I'm going to show you a possible fix that might work for yours. And if you try to run this without the cap on, which I tried, it wasn't running, so I think there's little tabs in there that make sure the wire connections go through. So this cover does have to be on if you're going to run it. So I'm going to show you how to take this apart again. And you can see there's some little tabs here. You're just going to take a straight screwdriver, poke it in there, and pry and get around it so that you can pop the top off of this out. And then we're just going to stick our screwdriver in here, twist, and we're going to go around this case until it pops free, and it should look like this. So then we're going to take that gear out, or the arm, then we're going to take the gears out. This post comes out with this gear as well. And then we have this gear here. And when we put this gear here, you can see this gear just spins. It's not fitting tightly. But if we turn the gear around the other way, you can see it doesn't want to go on, so it's going to be a tight fit. So we can kind of do a little cheat here if we want to buy a new one. So then we're just going to flip that gear around. We're going to put this arm back in here, spin it until it catches, and you're just going to push it down firmly. Next we're going to put our Next we'll do the black one with this spindle. Arm. Push that in. Should be tight. And then the last gear we'll put in is the top one. And we're going to put this cover back on. And like I said, this should buy you some time. You can see the gear is holding that arm in place now. And I'm just going to hook that battery back up. And then now you can see it spinning. And so I had an issue before with it being too weak. And you can see it's not any longer. So we're going to put that back in. And I would highly suggest ordering a new one. So now as we get ready to set this and mount this back into place, you're going to want this arm in between the two long sides so it'll fit back in there easily. And now as we set this into place, this little nub right here, you're going to want to make sure that you fit that in. That is going to fit up inside of here, and then we're just going to line up all of our connections. Nub set into place under there. I have all these bolts set in, and I'm ready to tighten it down. And then once you have that tightened down, the next step is to take your connector. You'll see where that's going to go. It should pop up into place. It's in. You always want to pull down just to make sure that it's connected. Next, I'll take my key and I'm going to turn it into the on position. I can tell it's in the on position if I turn my fan on. I can hear my fan. I'm going to turn that on. I should hear that actuator motor spin. I'm just going to turn it on. Next, I'm going to turn the heat down to cold. And then I'm just going to turn that fan off and on, and it should start that actuator motor. So you can hear that spinning. And turn it back up to high. I'm just going to turn that fan on real quick, on and off, so I can hear that actuator motor again. Okay, so it's spinning. Once you put that electrical in, you have your blend door actuator motor assembly put back into place. Your heat should be able to adjust from high to low now, and so you can adjust your cold and warm temperatures. Also, this is just a quick fix. Your gear may be stripped all the way and you might not be able to do this. I'm not sure if I'm going to see if I can find a gear actually, because that gear would be a lot cheaper to replace than the whole thing. The whole thing, I stopped at Napa and O'Reilly, and I think it was $48 at both of them. This is like $35 online, and just flipping that gear over cost me nothing because I had it, and hopefully this helps. And as always, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Next, we're going to start up the car